Hi Ben, how are you?
I'm good.
Would you like to know what today's challenge is?
Sure.
Today's challenge is to read a nursery rhyme in the style of A horror movie, B, a detective novel, C, a Harry Potter magical fantasy, or D, Marvel superhero.
I choose A, horror movie. I'll do it, but only if you carry on the story as Marvel superhero.
Okay, I accept your challenge.
I'll start us off then. Once upon a time, there was a cottage filled with three bears. One huge large bear with sharp claws and vicious teeth. One mother bear which would do anything to protect her child. And one little bear still developing his claws. One day, they were in the cottage. Father Bear was sitting at the table. He was just sitting down, waiting for his porridge. Mother Bear was cooking it. It was ready. Little Bear sat at the table. Mother Bear came too. They had a bite and... How dare you! This porridge is too hot. We'll have a little walk in the woods, and when we come back, it will be just right. Meanwhile, a little girl was playing in the garden. She was feeling bored and a bit mischievous, so she climbed over the fence and ventured into the deep, dark forest. I will let you continue.
Goldilocks, Goldi, as she was known, in her super red dress with the gold belt, rushed through the woods between the trees, tree to tree, with her super splash speed. Then she smelled something with her super magic smell. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. It was the smell of porridge. Huh? I know. Somebody's been cooking porridge, which is against the rules of the Foundation. Goldi wasn't slow when it came to the rules of the Foundation. She flashed in a flash to a cottage which she could see with X-ray vision through the trees, and got to the door. She smelled again. It was definitely porridge. That awful, sicky substance that children all around the world can't abide. She kicked the door open with her super kick. It went flying through the house and out the back door for about a mile. Over to you.
Next, she saw the porridge. It was lying there. There were 3 bowls. She had a taste of the first one. Hot! She screamed, and growls came from the forest. Scared, she tried the second one. Cold! It almost froze her mouth to the bone. She instantly spat it out until she tried the third one, which she tasted, and it felt just right. Over to you.
Using her magic superpower, she could eat anything. She ate the whole bowl that felt just right, and it filled her up entirely, and she needed to have a sit down. She flashed over to the sofa, and she sat down on the sofa. But it was so hard, even her super bum could not relax on that hard sofa. So she flashed over to the armchair. Oh, she sat down in that armchair, and she seemed to sink into a hole. And she thought, is this my superpower going straight through the floor? Oh, it was much too soft. So then she flashed over to the little baby's crib, which was pretty big actually, because it was a baby bear's crib. But, it was just the right comfort. it felt fine. The only problem was the bars around the crib were a bit restrictive for a full-grown little girl called Goldi. So she decided, oh dear, I better get some rest. Over to you.
She ventured upstairs and then she saw 3 beds. One for Big Bear, one for Mother Bear, and one for little Baby Bear. She tried the first one. She slept in it. Oh, her back ached. It felt so hard. Too hard for a little girl named Goldi. She tried the second bed. She lied down in it. And she started bouncing up and down. Her head almost hit the ceiling. It was too bouncy. She jumped off immediately and went to the third bed. It was her size, actually. She was a big girl. As there was a little bear, she slept in the bed. She slept in it, and it felt just right. Over to you.
Just then, Papa Bear pushed open the front door and looked at the table. Not only could he see 3 plates, but somebody has been eating my porridge. And then the mother bear came in straight after and saw the plate in the middle, and she said, Papa, somebody's been eating my porridge. And then the baby said, somebody's had all my porridge! Somebody's had all my porridge! Super Goldi upstairs in bed suddenly woke up. She could hear with her super sense the noises coming from downstairs. She knew this was not a normal human being. This, in fact, sounded like bears. She rushed down the stairs and stopped behind the door to listen as the bears went towards the chairs. Over to you.
Father Bear sat down in his chair. I feel something. It doesn't feel right. Someone has been here. Mother Bear sat in her chair. There's a hole in my chair. Who could have done this? Baby Bear went to his crib. This doesn't feel right at all, Mum and Dad. It feels horrible. Someone's been here. Over to you.
Supergirl, Goldi, knew where they would be going next. And as they approached the door to go upstairs, she flashed straight to the top of the stairs. As Papa Bear came to the foot of the stairs, Goldi then stepped into the bathroom and closed the door just behind her and left it a little bit ajar as she watched Papa Bear go up the stairs, followed by Mama Bear up the stairs, followed by Baby Bear crawling up the stairs a little slower. And then Papa Bear went into the bedroom, and he knew that this is not going to be good news. He knew when he saw his bed, because he could see that somebody had slept in his bed, and he said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" in a really strong growling voice. And Supergirl Goldi wanted at that point to take out her gold lasso, swing it into the bedroom, lasso him and pull him out and get to work. But she didn't, because she's also smart, Supergirl. She watched and waited as Mother Bear went, "Who's been sleeping in my bed? It looks like it's got a hole in it like the chair downstairs." Supergirl Goldi didn't say a word, just waited. And then the baby went to the last bed where Goldi had been actually sleeping all this time. But Goldi, being a superhero, wasn't sleeping there now. And the baby went, "Wah, wah, 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 wah," which luckily nobody could understand, except for Goldi, being a superhero, she had a super translation power. And she heard that baby say, well, at least somebody likes it, because I've been so uncomfortable in that bed for the last 20 minutes. I'm very happy. But that's a little bit beside the point, because at this point, Goldi decided, I have to go in and save the day. Over to you.
She went in the room and saw the three bears gulping at her. The father bear turned to her and growled. How dare you come in this house? Mother bear screamed. She ran over to the baby. She ran over to the baby, put in a protective stance and started to defend him. Over to you.
Goldi flashed. In about 3 seconds, Papa Bear was tied up in knots. Mother Bear was tied up in knots the other way. And Baby Bear was behind the bars of his crib. And then Goldi said, you guys, I've got to tell you this. First of all, porridge is cruelty, okay? Now, not everyone out there, including little Baby Bear, is a superhero. In fact, only I am. And I tried 3 of those porridges, and I can only handle 1 of them. So I think in future, no more porridge. Be kind to your children. Also, if you're going out into the woods, could you keep it down a little bit? The neighbours, if you're doing all that growling and stuff, you know, the kids might get a bit scared. I'm not always going to be there to help everybody out with my superpower. Is that all right, bears? Over to you.
They all shouted, if you let us go, we will agree to that rule. She let them go. They lunged at her. She ran. She escaped them. Over to you.
Goldi took 3 seconds to fly up into the air, shooting higher than the clouds above, circling wide above, and inside the clouds she wrote in the air, the end. Good night, everyone.
Bye. See ya,
Sleep
folks.
tight. Bye.
See ya.